Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and I'm coming here today with no lipstick on. I'm just realizing that as I'm seeing myself in the viewfinder. I wonder if I have any over here. That's what I'm looking for. I think I moved it. Oh, I do have some. Yay. Okay. You guys... probably don't want to see me put on lipstick. Thinking about editing it out, deciding not to. What the heck? It's only 33 minutes and 33 seconds into the video. Okay, I have my planner. This is the one that I used for almost all of 2017. And let me just say, it is still 2017 when I'm videoing this. I'm thinking I'm probably going to put this out around the week of Christmas. But today, just so you guys have a reference, is December 12th. No, it's not. It's December 10th, 12/10. There. Now I feel a little more put together. It is Sunday, and it is about 11 o'clock my time. I'm Eastern time, and I thought that I would do a year-end review. So I want to kind of go over things that have... I don't know. I just want to go over things that have happened in 2017 and kind of talk about some things. And I just want to start 2018 with a fresh, open mind and happy thoughts and a positive attitude. Not that I don't have one now, just that sometimes things happen and you kind of get a little off track. So I don't know. And I haven't planned this video at all until doing it. I knew that there were some things that I wanted to talk about, but I didn't really know exactly how I wanted to talk about it or what I wanted to say. So pardon me if it sounds a little random, a little hodgepodgey. It's because that's how my thoughts are right now. I am cuddling up, that sounds funny, but with some coffee. It is cold out, and if you guys want to get some coffee or some tea, I will wait while you do, because this could be a long one. Maybe some popcorn? Nah, it's up to you. Okay, so looking back, January, and I'm just going to do a flip through literally of my planner and show you guys. I'm not going to show you the flip through of the planner. I'm going to do that in a different video, but I want to wait till the whole year is done before I do that. So that won't post until probably January. But okay, so starting off the new year started on a Sunday, which was kind of neat. And I didn't even stay up to welcome in the new year. It says I fell asleep, so that's pretty funny. We did end up having our corned beef and cabbage, and that was good. I like to start the new year off with corned beef and cabbage. I don't know, it's an old tradition and superstition. Let's see. Katie also had her wisdom teeth taken out the very end of last year, the 26th. So that was fun. And this year, actually, Alex needs to get his taken out. I'm working with his dad to get that done. We haven't scheduled that or anything yet, so that's not going to happen anytime yet. And Tracy was here on the 27th of December, and she stayed here for a couple of nights, and that was fun. So I've had a good time with Tracy, and I am still friends with Tracy, closer than ever with Tracy. I absolutely adore her, and I think that she is a wonderful friend, and I can't say enough happy, positive things about her. So check out her channel. She is Tracy Plans, and she is sweet, 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 and true person. What you see is what you get. So let's see. I don't think I've missed a week of planning. I have been planning this whole year, and I've posted those videos. I've had a lot of fun doing that, and I've done a lot of crafting, and I'm looking at some of my things, and it looks like we started off the year with I started off the year doing lots of home cooking, and the kids went back to school early January, and it was my friend's birthday in the middle of January. I'm just looking to see what was happening. Oh, scared myself. I have a envelope of something ready to go out in the mail, and I had it sitting up and it fell down and it scared me. We started, well, I don't know when we started our date night, but I had a date with Dennis early, January 7th, and January 8th I did a whole PJ day. That was really nice. And it says pocket letter kit available. That's right, I started off the year doing pocket kits that I was kind of selling, and that was fun. I know that I sold a few of them. Let's see, and then I have been mailing some people some stuff for a while, and Alex has been working out. I was on a no spend in January, which I probably need to do again. I don't know that I will, but I need to. I was doing a Bible journal, which was good, and we started out strong doing a vacation fund, which quickly dwindled. We did not keep that on, but we are trying again, so we shall see. Cleaned the stove in January. I probably need to do that again. I ordered a Kiki K, and that looks like it arrived on January 16th. I was excited about that. I started reading. I wanted to read a book a month, and I didn't keep a very good track of that, honestly, but I feel like I probably read 12 books. I just didn't read one every month. There were a couple of times that I would read more than one in a month, but yeah, and Netflix was fun. So I'm still in January. I'm getting to the end. Alex had a trip to the ER in January. That was awful. He fell. He was climbing on something and he fell and he hurt himself, but he didn't stay in the hospital. He just went to the ER and then he got to go back, and he was living with his dad at the time. So that all worked out okay and he was fine. So that was all good. Mike, Dennis's brother, was working with Dennis at a different job. They don't work there anymore. So Alex hurt himself on Friday, and by Sunday, he was well enough that we went to eat breakfast at a place called Wild Eggs, and he stayed here, and that's when he moved in. He didn't leave from then. So that was January 29th. And honestly, I think it's a great thing for all of us. And then, so February comes, and let's see, anything exciting? Cleaning and organizing. I was sewing a little bit. That's always fun. I wasn't feeling well in early February. It looks like I was sick a little. I just didn't feel well. Let's see. Yeah, I even overslept at work on February 6th. That I've done that once in my life, and that was the one time that I overslept. I'm just not an oversleeper. I wake up early and all of that, so I had to have been really sick to not feel well for that. Organized the closet. Yuck. And then on February 9th, I picked up Tanya at the airport. And it looks like we went to El Rodeo that night. I gave her some Valentine presents. She gave me Valentine presents. We went to Hobby Lobby and to the Dollar Tree and to Michael's and to Ulta. And we went to Hibachi for lunch. And we went to pizza at Rockstone. And I said that we had a great day. We just spent a lot of the day shopping. And then Saturday, the 11th of February, we stayed in and crafted, and we did our 80s makeup. That was a fun video. And we went to lunch on Sunday with Katie and Alex and her boyfriend at the time named Cullen, and Tanya went, and Dennis, of course, and we had a good time. And then Monday, we played some more. We went to Hobby Lobby and to Target and to Gigi's Cupcakes. Very important things like that. The post office. And we went to Wild Eggs again. That's a really good breakfast place that we have around here. And we crafted. And then Tuesday morning I had to take her to the airport. Her flight, I think, left at 4 a.m. or something. Her times were horrible. She came in the middle of the night, left in the middle of the night, kind of a thing. It was really early in the morning. Like, I think when I went and picked her up, it was like, I don't remember exactly. It could have been that one of them was an early morning. I don't know. It wasn't horrible, but I remember going, oh my gosh. And she didn't mean for it to be that way. It just worked out that way. So that was wild. So yeah, I was with Tanya that week, and to be honest, I noticed some things that I was questioning during that week, and I was not sure exactly how to handle it or what I thought about it, but I was like, okay, this is in my no zone now, and I'm just kind of keeping it. And then March came around, and it was a good month. It was my birthday month, and if I remember right, this is the month that I went to Utah. Yes, I did. I went to Utah the end of the month. So let's see. What happened before then? Alex took his SATs. He did very well in his SATs. My birthday was March 11th, and I had a great birthday, even though it was a Saturday. And even though Alex had to take his SATs that day, Katie took me to Cake Bake that day. We got to spend the day together. And then we came home and we went to pizza with all of us. Alex finished his SATs, and we all went to lunch or breakfast, or no, lunch or dinner. I don't remember which, but we just had a great day. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of boring. That's what I like. So that was okay with me. It wasn't a big, huge, elaborate birthday, and I like it that way. And then we did go to the escape room on the 12th, which was also part of my birthday, and that was a lot of fun. I just wanted to spend the day with the kids and with Dennis as a family. So that was great. We did all of that. I made some Easter cards on my Cricut that I still haven't found. And I started watching Scandal, and I loved that. And there's a new season that I haven't even watched yet. So I need to do that. But sometimes when there's a lot of them, I can't watch all of it in a row. I don't know. I'm weird sometimes. I tell you. I know I am. And, that was all March. Alex was running like 7 miles a day. Crazy. He was doing a good job. He still works out almost every day. He's actually working out right now. And then he's going to come home and we're going to put out some of the Christmas stuff. We still haven't done that. I know. I'm late. Blame it on Chicago. Blame it on just feeling. Blame it on bah humbug. Blame it on the kids being older. Blame it on me wanting to concentrate on other things. It's all good. I'll feel good when it's up. I do love having a tree up. It's beautiful, but I'm just not so into it right now. And then, so I went to Utah on the 21st, and I have to say that when I got there, it was awesome. We had a great time. We went to a crafting thing that night. Like, she picked me up from the airport and we went directly to a crafting thing. That was a ton of fun. It was horrible though, because Alex was sick. And he got sick the day I left, so that was bad. He ended up having to go to the doctor and everything, but he was fine, but it was just bad that we all got the crumb. Well, he got the crumb, and then I got it later. But we went to the mountains when I was in Utah, and we had a good time. We went to Layton, Utah, which is where the scrapbooking retreat was for Country Craft Creations, and it was good. I was ready to be home when that week was over. I was so ready to come home. I came home on the 28th, and I did get an earache after that, and that seemed to last forever. If you guys have been with me for a long time, you probably remember that, because it was crazy. I need a drink. And, yeah, I even went to employee health, for my ear I went to the doctor on the 30th and got amoxicillin because it was bad. So, let's see. Continuing on, April was fun. And I don't know. I'm stopping this right now. This is really hard for me, guys. I know that a ton of you have asked me what happened with Tanya and where are we in our relationship and our friendship and what's going on with that. And I didn't want this video to be all about that, but I did want to talk a little bit about it candidly and bluntly to let you guys know that we are no longer friends. It really breaks my heart, honestly. I wish that we could be, would be, but she is not the person that I thought she was. I usually have a pretty good sense of how people are. I pride myself in the fact that I can pick up on people's personalities pretty quickly and pretty accurately. She got me. She has a wonderful outside that she wants to show to people as a sweet, loving, caring Christian woman who is kind and sweet and motherly and easy to get along with and fun to be around. And I'd be lying if I'd say she's none of those, because she can be all of those things, but she can also be the complete opposite. And I don't want to associate with people like that. She has lied to me. She has lied to people that I care about. She has lied about me. She has lied about people that I've cared about or that I do care about. She has tried to separate friendships. She is jealous and hateful, and I don't know if I have ever met another human being that is quite like her. I hope that I haven't. I don't want to, and I know that this is hard to hear probably, and it's hard to say because I really, really cared about her. I really, truly thought of her as my sister, and it breaks my heart that she isn't who I thought she was. And I really thought long and hard before putting this out on YouTube, but I know that some of you have really wanted to know what's happening, and I know that some of you really care about me, and I know that some of you really care about her, and I'm not at all telling you not to. You guys have to do you and trust your own judgment, and you know, I would never tell you who to pick as your friend. But she has even said to other people to be cautious of me as a friend, which is ridiculous, because honestly, what you see is what you get with me. I know she said something that, I don't know, I don't even remember now. She's said so many lies, it's just insane. And at first, when she was here, that's when I started picking up on things. And then when I went there, I saw some things firsthand that I was very concerned about. And then when I came home, I started kind of stepping away. And then she would always send me messages. And it was kind of funny thinking about it now, that she would send me messages and say things like, have I done something wrong? Is there... And the way that she would say it, makes me know now that that this isn't the first time for her that she's done this to friends and has lost friends. Because if one of my friends was stepping back and was kind of acting a little bit odd, my first inclination would not be, what have I done wrong? Is there something that I've done? I would be more concerned and saying, hey, I've noticed that you haven't that you're being a little standoffish or whatever. You're not being yourself. Is there something going on? I would never automatically assume that it was something that I've done or something that was me, because I wouldn't have done anything to my friend to make them feel one way or another. So that was a red flag for me, and then it kept happening, and I just stepped further and further back. And some of our friends that were in the group, I think probably questioned it, but they, I don't know. It's difficult because there were 5 of us in this group. Is that right? Tracy, Tanya, me. Yeah, there were 6 of us in this group, including myself. That's right. So there were 6 of us in this group, and it ended up where 4 people kind of talked a lot, and then 2 people, Tracy and I, talked a lot, and the other 4 kind of were in their own little thing. And I think that she tried to make it seem like, I know she tried to make it seem like we were causing problems, or that, and when in reality we had done nothing. We just were no longer having contact for whatever reason. And then when contact started up again, because we kind of were like, what the heck is going on? We need to, because at that point I knew that I didn't want to be as close with her, but I still thought that I wanted to be a friend. But then when contact started again, it got ugly very quickly, in the fact that she was even saying that she didn't want us to contact her because she didn't want us. I don't even know why. She didn't really give a reason as to why she didn't want us. She didn't want to be bothered by our text messages saying good morning or have a good day or any of that, because that's just horrible to say. Sarcasm. That was sarcasm. But, and I am very good at sarcasm. So I do know that sometimes things that I say can get misconstrued and people aren't sure if I'm joking. If I'm really close to you, that's kind of that's my MO. That's what I do. I'm sarcastic and witty, and, I try to have fun. And sometimes people can take that the wrong way. But most of the time, if you're my friend, you know that I'm just kidding. And, I don't know that, frankly, I have no idea what, I can only say that it was God that made me step back and realize that this was somebody I wanted to step away from, because I couldn't really pinpoint it when it started. I just knew that it had started, and I knew that I didn't feel like I wanted to be as close to her. And we had a heart-to-heart conversation via text regarding this, and I told her that I just didn't feel like it was the same and I needed to step back. And she even shared that conversation with some of the other people in our group, and who knows who else, and misconstrued it as me being totally negative and saying that I didn't want to be her friend when she was trying everything she could to be my friend. None of that was true. It wasn't the way that it was. It wasn't reality. And she knew this, but to share with others, it was very frustrating. And then another person in our group, who really kind of wondered what had happened the whole time, wasn't exactly sure what had happened, reached out, and we started talking, and then we figured out quickly that there were lots and lots of lies and lots of hateful, evil things being said and done. And so we called her on it. I called her on it, and she deny, and lie. I won't get into the specifics, but just know that there are lots of reasons why I believe what I do. And again, this is totally my opinion. You guys can form your own. But she is not somebody that I want to associate with. And I can tell you that that old adage of, if this is how your friends are, then you don't need any enemies. That's exactly how it is. It's a real shame, because I really let her in. I really loved her. I truly thought of her as a sister. And I feel awful, and I feel bamboozled, and it really hurts my feelings, because I did truly like her. So I learned something in this. I certainly did. I think I learned what the devil looks like. Seriously, it was that bad. I have never been treated like this before, and people in high school don't act this way. She talks about not liking drama, but she is the drama queen. So I'm not going to talk about her anymore, but I kind of felt like I owed it to you guys to tell you a little bit about what was happening and why I was reflecting on this year right now with a little bit of negativity. It's because I poured a lot of myself into her, and she poured a lot of herself into me, and unfortunately the parts that she poured into me were not always good or true, and I don't want a part of that. So that's the end of that. I do still sell Stampin' Up, and she is still my downline. I don't know how to stop that. That is just something that it is. So, but if you guys have noticed, I haven't like been hot and heavy on the whole Stampin' Up thing, and that's part of it. I don't know. I mean, I still want to do it because I still like it for myself, but I'm not so actively trying to sell it or to get people to sign up under me, even though I love it and I want you guys to have fun with it. And if anybody is interested in doing it, I would love to help be your mentor. But this is hard for me. It really is. I'm not exactly sure how to do all of it. Now, I do know with Stampin' Up, I could stop and then I could restart. But I've got such momentum right now that I really hate to stop, although my momentum is dwindling. And maybe when it dwindles even more, I will stop and then re-sign up later if I decide that's what I want to do. But I like the discount. I can't help it. That's part of why I did it. So I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not a liar. That is a number one thing for me. Truth, honesty, integrity, all of those things are huge for me. And yeah, you guys won't find that on this channel. So anyway, let's continue on with April now that it's 30 minutes in. And I'm probably not going to talk much about her anymore. And I'm certainly not going to link her. I'm probably not going to be in the Plan With Me design group just because I want to step away. I will still do my planner. I will still plan every week. I will still post those videos. I just won't mention the design group, and I won't post the link down below, which I haven't been doing recently anyway because we haven't been able to with YouTube. So that's not really much of a change. So anyway, I still have some great friends, and I have still met some wonderful, wonderful people on YouTube, and I still believe in the power of friendship, and I just know that I'm going to need to do it better, and I'm going to need to pray about my friends, and when I notice red flags or something that's not quite right, I need to ask about it immediately instead of thinking, well, you know, I'll just give this person the benefit of the doubt. And that's fine for most people. But if this is a person that I'm going to let into my inner circle and to call a sister and to tell my secrets and my fears and all of my thoughts and stuff to and devote energy to and let them pour into me and my children, and my family, then I certainly am going to pray about it a lot more than I have before, just to make sure it's right. And I can tell you for 100% certainty, and mark my words, if I am wrong with this for next year, I will be devastated, but I know I'm not. Tracy is a true friend. Tracy is amazing and remarkable. And she is truly my best friend. And I love her to pieces. Along with my friend Linda, who doesn't live here and doesn't do YouTube and doesn't have anything to do with this channel. And she knows I have it, but she doesn't even watch it. But I have been friends with her since I was 13, and that will never change. I will always love her, and we are in it for the long haul too. So that being said, there's that. So if you hear me talking more about Tracy, you will know why. She lives close. She lives in Chicago, which isn't close, but it's 3 hours away. So I've been able to see her. We've seen each other throughout the year. She has not even met my kids. She met Alex when we were in Chicago, but she hasn't met Katie. She's met Dennis, of course. Dennis likes her. Everybody likes her. She's super easy. She comes over. I don't have to put on an act, or not even like that. But you know how when people come over and you want to clean up before they get there, and I don't have to do that with her. I mean, she's just, and I would do that for you. I would do it for almost anybody, because, that's how you are. It's not an act. It's just, you want your house to look decent, and with her, I don't care if there's laundry on the couch. She doesn't care either. And I think that's great. That's kind of the friendship that we have. So, this isn't turning out exactly the way I wanted, but I'm just going to keep on. I'm not going to give you a reason. You guys know the reason. That's why. So April was a lot of cooking at home, which was fantastic. It looks like I did have a pretty mean looking Easter menu. Pretty mean being good. I had honey baked ham and carrot souffle and macaroni and cheese and stuffed layer salad and deviled eggs and a veggie tray and spinach artichoke dip, and we had strawberry and pretzel Jello dessert and orange fluff dessert. It was fantastic. We went and saw The Shack with Katie and Dennis on Valentine's Day. No, not on Valentine's Day. On April 14th. That was good. We just had a good time. We rented movies. Easter Sunday, we rented a movie with the kids. And Alex even had to work on Easter Sunday, but that's okay. We had dinner at 6. It was good. And April 1st, how could I forget mentioning this? We got the world's best dog. We got Taz. We adopted him from the Humane Society. He is a pit bull mix. He is wonderful. I am in love with this dog. So we had our Taz, and we started him at the obedience school. He had his first class on April 22nd. Actually, that was just a parent class, so he didn't go to that one. And Alex had a doctor's appointment, and there was lots of appointments and training and stuff like that. Dennis's oldest daughter was in a fashion show, or actually wasn't in it. She worked the fashion show where she made one of the fashions. She designed a purse, and we went to that. It was very nice. Looks like I was doing my monthlies for Stampin' Up. Alex finished up his Accutane this year. That was fabulous. We did do this made my heart stop, actually. We did do a thing. Beth and Tanya and I did a thing where we each decorated each other's planners and then handed them and then sent them back to them. And it was the week of May 1st through 7th. And this is hard to look at because Beth did this for me, and I still treasure it. It is beautiful, and I love it. And Beth is a sweet, sweet woman. So I really, truly appreciate that she did this for me. And it's fun. And she every day told me something to do, which was kind of cute. Like it says, give a card to a coworker and tell them Beth said hi. Reach out to an old friend. Do the hustle while whistling the tune. Look in the mirror and say, dang, I'm beautiful. List 3 things that make you special. Relax and drink a cup of tea. And say a prayer for all of us. And that was super sweet. And yeah, I liked that week. Ooh, and I liked this week too. Look how pretty that is. So lots of fun things going on. Well, in May, I decided that I needed to get my embroidery machine fixed, and I found out that to get it fixed, it was $20 in Muncie. I just need to take it there. Have I taken it there? No. So I need to take it there for the $20, I don't know what it's called. Like they check it to see what's wrong with it, and then however much it would be. And I really do need to do that because I really would like to have that fixed. We went to Bravo for Mother's Day. That was very nice. And then Katie was home on May 18th, which was super sweet for the summer. Yeah, it looks like we've just done some regular, normal things. Dennis has suffered migraines this year. He still does. I had embroidery machine repair on my planner for probably 4 or 5 weeks in a row. And like I said, I still haven't done that. I finished one of my books. I see. We went to dinner with one of my employees and his wife. That was fun. They're good people. And Dennis went fishing. So that was in May. And then the summer starts. And it looks like, what are some things we may have done in May that were fun? We visited family, watched Orange. No, I started reading the book, Orange is the New Black. I still haven't finished that book. It was like really good, and I read and read and read, and then all of a sudden I stopped it, and I just never picked it back up. I don't know. I sent and have received Happy Mail this year. That was wonderful. Dennis fixed our hot tub, which was great. I did a live plan with me, which was fun, or a live video. I don't know if it was a plan with me. We had to take Taz to the doctor. I don't know if you guys remember, but you probably do if you've been watching me. He was really sick for a while. Cough, 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 cough. We still never really figured out what it was, but finally, I don't even know when. It was probably July, maybe. I'm videoing what you need, baby. Do you need me? We found out that he had like a bacterial infection, fungal infection in his lungs. And so we've been giving him a steroid, and that seems to do the trick. So that's good. Lots of baths and using Lush and just taking care of myself. So if you guys remember, the word for this year was me, and I have been definitely taking way better care of myself. Since June, I have been trying to lose weight. I have lost over 50 pounds, which is fabulous. And I am on plan to have weight loss surgery the 29th of this month. So I am super duper excited about that. I have done a lot to prepare for that, so that's been good. We started doing a plan with me and my son. That was fun, but it didn't last. He wasn't as into it as he's pretty much a teenager. He'll start things and stop them, and he gets excited about things, but he's kind of wishy-washy. That's okay. It works out. He's a senior, so he's graduating soon. I've done the Prima Doll collaboration challenge this year, which was fabulous. I have enjoyed that a lot. Once a month we used our planner, our Prima Dolls. You can find those on my channel if you're interested. Katie was a major in elementary education. That was her major in college, and then she decided that she wanted to change it to international studies over the summer. So she changed that to international studies, and then when school started again, she changed it back to elementary education. So, being kind of flip-floppy. Both of my kids are still kind of that way. They're getting there. We discovered the Vietnamese food called pho, and PHO. I know some people call it pho, but according to the Vietnamese person at the restaurant that we go to, he said it's pronounced pho. So we have enjoyed that a lot. And we just had it just the other night, and it is fabulous. I get it without the noodles, and the chicken broth is just amazing. So that was a great find for this year. Riverdale was fun. I started watching that with Tracy. That was a good show with Archie and the gang from the comic books in the 70s. Let's see. So I started my bridges to weight management with work, which is what I have to do for insurance to pay, or what I had to do. I started that in July, and that's now complete. I will probably still see them for some things, but my pre-surgery requirements have all been met. Let's see, what else did we do in July? Tracy came to visit again, which is fun. Um, August, school started again, and we went on some college tours. Alex is still trying to decide where he wants to go. Goodness gracious. In August, we started moving the family room around. We're still not done because we haven't finished cleaning the carpets. I don't know. Are you guys like that? We are really bad at that. We all like start something and never finish it. It's bizarre. I hate that I'm like that. Because, you know, you have something in your head as to the way you want it to be, and then it never gets done. Like, painting the bathroom upstairs, painting Alex's bedroom, moving the furniture around down here. It's awful. Katie started seeing the doctor that I go to, which is pretty cool, in August, because she can't see the pediatrician anymore. And same with Alex. He's going to start seeing the same doctor that I see. I had my gallbladder removed in August. I didn't even realize that I was feeling so crummy until after I had it removed, and then I started feeling so much better. It is 45 minutes into this. I need to hurry it along, don't I? So August was a good month and a bad month all at the same time, because it was great because I felt so much better. It was bad because I had to have surgery, and it was bad because Katie had to go back to school, but she was happy that she's there. And she broke up with her boyfriend. I didn't say this in May, but then in September, she started dating the guy that she's dating now, and she is super happy with him. So that's pretty cool. So that happened in September. Let's see, I started lifting weights in September. Taz had an ear infection, oil changes, doctor's appointments, just regular stuff. In September, I also had to reapply for my job at work, and I don't think I told you guys too much about that, just because it was quite stressful for me, and it's just finishing up. I haven't even officially been offered the job back, but I know that I'm getting it, so I'm comfortable saying that. Hopefully by the time that you guys have seen this, the offer has been official, but that's been crazy. That's been a crazy ride. So lots of stress in my life this year, but lots of happy too. And the happy has certainly overridden the stress. So I guess I should say that I am pretty sure that I have the position moving forward, but I haven't been officially offered it. Dennis started at a new job on October 4th, which happened to be my son's birthday. We went out to dinner, and that was fun. Jambo and Fuzzy turned 4 early October. My son turned 18. We went to Parents Weekend at Taylor with Katie. That was a lot of fun. Alex got an Apple Watch for his birthday, which is pretty cool. I got a Fitbit earlier in the summer. I didn't even talk about that, but that was pretty cool. I also was tested for sleep apnea and had to start wearing a CPAP in October. And yeah, things just kept on going, but it was good. All of us have been to the doctor and gotten checkups and gotten our physicals for the year, so that was good. I'm very grateful for lots of things. I have a lot to be grateful for. I know that I am very blessed. Tracy and I started doing Inktober, and that was fun, and we've carried that on still through December, so that's pretty fun. And I think we're going to do something different in January, and this one ends in November, and then my new one, because I just put this month in my new one, so the end of November after Thanksgiving. And how did we spend Thanksgiving? That's funny. I don't even remember what we did for Thanksgiving, and it's not in this planner. Oh, we went to my friend Linda's house, dingbat. That was great, but it was so busy because it was Katie's birthday, and um, so we got tattoos. I got a new tattoo. Katie got a tattoo. It was our anniversary. Katie got her tattoo for her birthday. I got a tattoo, and Dennis got an infinity tattoo for our anniversary. And then we immediately went to into Thanksgiving and went to my friend Linda's house. And then that was on Thursday. And then on Friday, I had to go to Chicago for business. And then when I returned a week ago, I did not want to put out any of the Christmas decorations, Halloween. And then now it's, a week later, and I know I need to get my tree up and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. I still have some videos to do. I want to tell you guys what to expect for 2018 in my channel, and some fun stuff that's, I think, is going to be added. And yeah, so I've had a great year, and I think that all in all, I have been super blessed, and I know that even in the tough times, I have learned something. So in my opinion, even those times are good times, because as long as you learn something and move forward, you're doing well. So I just wanted to share with you the year in review, and let you guys know that I very much appreciate all of you, and I love having this outlet for myself. I think that it is fabulous. I never, ever would have thought that this was something that I would do. And not only do I do it, I post daily. That's crazy. I think I've done that for all year. I can even look back. Actually, I don't think, do I have all of this year in here? No, I don't. I don't have, but I need to look back and see. But I think I have posted daily or near daily all year. So that's pretty crazy. I think there was a month or so that I missed some, now that I think about that. But for the most part, I have done a lot of posting and a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. And I really enjoy all of you guys. So here's to a happy 2018. I do know my word for the year next year, but I probably will do a video separate to talk about that. But yeah, so I will share that with you guys in a New Year's video. But I guess I'll close this one now as an end of year review. And 2017 has been beautiful and wonderful, and lots of great things happened in 2017, and I am only looking forward to 2018, because there's been some bad times too, but with the good you have to take the bad, and as long as the good outweighs the bad, it's a good year. So it was fabulous. Thanks, guys. Have a happy 2018. Bye-bye.